Hello everyone and welcome to another Pyro gaming video. There seems to be quite a bit of confusion as to how powerful rewards work in Forsaken, and rightfully so, because the new progression system in Forsaken is pretty confusing. So in this video we're going to take a look at exactly how it works, break down which activities give you what, how you're going to increase your power the most efficiently if you don't have a lot of time to play, and a couple other things as well. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So beginning with the soft cap in Forsaken. The soft cap in Forsaken is 500. Every single reward you get in the game, whether it's blues, legendaries, exotics, whatever, if you are under 500, those rewards, regardless of where they came from, will help you progress to that 500 soft cap. The only exception to this is your character's XP level. If you are not XP 50, you might not get to 500 straight away. For example, if your XP is 40 instead of 50, then you might start getting drops to cap at around 410 to 420. So it's very important that you go ahead and get that XP to 50 as quickly as you can. The next cap, I guess you could call it that, is between 500 and 520. When your max power level on your character falls within this range, only powerful rewards will increase your power level. That includes any milestone, daily objective, weekly objective, Dreaming City activity, bounties that reward powerful gear, prime engrams, and exotics will all give a moderate boost in power relative to your character's max possible power level. At this point, blues will start dropping 20 power levels below your character's max power, and it's worth noting that your character's max power is not solely based on what your character has equipped. I made a video a couple days ago showing how infusion works. I would recommend going and checking that out because there's some good tips that will make it so that you don't have to use garbage weapons that you don't want to use. At this stage of progression, the power of the reward that you will get from your powerful rewards is solely based on your character's max possible light. This takes into account everything that you have in your character's inventory, what you have equipped, what's in your vault, even weapons on your other characters. It will find the max possible light for your character and give you a reward based on that. At the 500 to 520 range, these power levels that you get will go up varying degrees. It could be a +1, it could be a +5, it could be a +7, but it's all based around your character's max possible light and not the individual piece of gear that your character has. So moving on to our next progression range cap, which is going to be 520 power through 540 power. Director rewards like daily and weekly objectives, strikes, story, crucible, heroic adventures, flashpoint, gambit, etc., pretty much everything on your map that has a little gold circle next to it, will now only grant rewards randomly at one power level higher than your character's max potential power. So let's say, for example, your character is 527, you go do the daily crucible, you get a reward, that reward will be 528. Now, it does not go by what you have as your highest piece of armor or weapon for that particular slot, it goes by your character's overall max potential power. So this is where a lot of the confusion is taking place. Let's say that you're that 527 character and your highest boots on that character are 530. You go do the daily crucible and you get that 528 reward because remember, the rewards are based purely on your character's overall power level, then that boot is going to be 2 power levels below your highest. That's where the confusion sets in. At this point, you're basically purely relying on RNG and luck to get the gear that you need to go up a power level. However, there are other avenues between the 520 and 540 range where you can get more than a +1 increase to your light. This includes any Dreaming City activity that grants powerful rewards, also includes the Blind Well Tier 4 if it's your first weekly completion, as well as her weekly objectives and weekly bounties. Powerful bounties like the one that Spider offers that are at 540 power, the Nightfall, the Last Wish Raid, exotics, and prime engrams will all grant rewards greater than just +1 power as opposed to the director menu. Now again, this is not a guarantee, this is going to be RNG as well. You might do some of these powerful rewards and maybe only get a +1 above your character's highest possible light, but these have the chance of granting more than a +1. So if you're in that 520 to 540 range, these are the activities that you want to focus on more because they have the potential to bump your power level up higher than everything else. Moving on to our next progression cap, which is the 540 to 560 power range. Only Dreaming City activities, the Last Wish Raid, the Nightfall, Prime Engrams, and Exotics are sources for more than a +1 increase based on your character's max possible rank. Everything else will only give you a +1 when you complete it. At the next cap, which is 560 to 580, we have even fewer activities that will give you more than a +1. These activities include the Last Wish Raid, Prime Engrams, and Exotics, and that is it. And at our final progression range, which is 580 to 600, only Prime Engrams and Exotics are sources that will grant you more than a +1. At this point, not even the raid will give you more than a +1 drop based on your character's highest potential power. So just to recap, the higher your power level gets on your character, every 20 power level increments, so 500, 520, 540, and so on, you get fewer avenues to get that big jump in power. The grind becomes much more real and much slower. This is why Bungie gave so many different powerful rewards to the players. When I first saw how many avenues there were for powerful rewards, I was kind of bummed because I felt like I was going to hit 600 in a week or two. But that is definitely not the case. If you hit 600, you have put in some time, my friends. Either that or you had some serious God tier RNG. I personally like this new progression system. It adds a little bit more depth. It makes you think about what you're doing when you don't have a lot of time to just go grind for an entire day. Your activities that you choose actually make a difference, and for that, I enjoy it. That's going to bring this video to an end, guys. If you have any questions about this, leave them in the comment section below. I know it can get kind of confusing. I've done a lot of homework on this, so hopefully I can answer most of your questions. That's going to bring this video to an end. If you enjoyed it, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, I fucking love you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.